I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Sammy Ndiyo. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I am doing great. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Great pleasure to connect with you. What part of the world are you in right now, Sammy?
I am actually in Columbia, Maryland right now.
All right. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
One of my talents is I have a podcast where it's called Dominate Your Dollar, and I'm really just trying to get people to start thinking differently about money. It's really a financial empowerment podcast, so I talk about tips on how to budget. I try to teach people about credit, banking, things of that nature, so people can start to really take control of their finances.
Now, you sound very passionate, just like on the podcast about this topic, my friend. What fuels the passion?
I think the passion comes from, I'm a CPA. But I know that even for me, when I try to find some guidance on how to live my best life financially, it's always seemed to be so complicated. It always seems to be, one of the shows that I ran across was like Real Money with Kramer. It's so spitfire and it's so fast. It just goes right over your head, and they make personal finance, investing, and things of that nature seem so complicated. So I kind of want to break it down for the regular person and really also have that conversation, because I feel like a lot of people aren't good with money because they just don't talk about it.
Yeah, most definitely. Ego definitely gets in the way of how you use your money, doesn't it?
Oh my goodness. I mean, and that's another thing I'm trying to get people to break out of, because a lot of people don't want to share the financial mistake because they don't want to get judged. But if they do, a lot more people can learn from that, and they can use that as like not like a cautionary tale, but everybody can learn from it and everybody can move forward from there.
Yeah, most definitely. So who did you learn the skills of managing your money from?
I think it was my father. My father was an accountant himself. He actually did taxes for people, and I really learned it from him. I started selling candy when I was really young in middle school, and he kind of taught me how to use the profit from that candy selling business to buy some more candy and to do different things. And he kind of taught me the basics of business and money, and from there I kind of developed a passion for that, which led me to study accounting as well.
That's amazing. So you've seen the challenges that go with the job, with the task, with the work, right? Why will you continue to repeat the skill nevertheless, Sammy?
Why do you think I need to teach people the skill?
Yeah, why will you continue to repeat the skill of teaching? I mean, you could stop, right? You have the information, but why will you continue to help others?
Because I definitely see a need of people just struggling with their finances, right? And it's really a quiet struggle, because like you said, a lot of people don't like to talk about it. It's kind of like sex in a way, where it's just a very taboo thing, right? But and I see these people really really struggling. So I feel entitled. I feel not entitled. I feel compelled to kind of help these people, because I feel like, I need it. Everybody needs it. So that's really why I feel the need to do it.
All right. And where's the best place for someone to connect with what you do and follow your path?
You can go to my website, dominateyourdollarpodcast.com. You can email me at sammy@dominateyourdollarpodcast. I'm on Twitter at DYD Podcast. I'm pretty much on all social media. Just search Dominate Your Dollar and you can find me.
What's one other thing, Sammy, you've done consistently over the last 3 years?
I have studied for the CPA exam. that is definitely one thing I've done consistently. I recently finished last year, and that is something I've been doing consistently for a while, and I'm glad it's over.
Now, how does it make you feel to know that you have accomplished this goal?
Man, it makes me feel free. I'll tell you that right now. Anybody who is studying, any of your listeners who have even attempted to study for the CPA exam, know that you have to give up a lot of your life, a lot of your social life, to get that exam done. So I feel so free. I feel accomplished. And I really feel accomplished because, you know, less than 2% of CPAs are black. So, you know,
Wow. Are you
yeah,
serious?
so I feel like a unicorn right now. So
Wow.
I carry a lot of pride in that, and I also carry a lot of responsibility in that. Try to encourage a lot of more people of color to get their CPA as well.
I wonder how many black CPAs that are podcasters.
Man,
I think you
I
probably are more than a unicorn. You're probably less than the unicorn, right?
man, now that you bring it up, I don't know any black CPA podcasters, so
That's
that's great.
intriguing. That's intriguing. All right, all right. Sammy Ndiyo, the first black CPA podcaster, live on 12-minute convos. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, suggest to
There we go.
somebody who's listening, Sammy, why they should do what you've done by definitely going for your goal and seeing it through.
I think it's well, I think to continue to see it through is well. In my situation, I just spent too much time and money to even stop at that point. If you're going through something that's painful, like let's say you're trying to lose weight, and you're going through that pain, that grit, just keep going because you probably already gone too far, and you're gonna really resent yourself for quitting. So anybody who's striving for something and it's hard, and it's really taking a mental toll on you, just keep going, and you'll see the results soon.
Love it. Amazing audience, you're hearing it live from Sammy Ndiyo. Again, he is the podcast host of Dominate Your Dollar. Sammy, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Sammy, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory was getting bitten by my cousin in Nigeria when I was 3 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sammy, you know what's really amazing? The podcast conversation that's going to be the episode before this.
Uh-huh.
Her earliest childhood memory was biting a child on the slide because she wanted to sleep on the slide and the child didn't want to move.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, he bit my hand because I was reaching for something, and he said, "Don't touch that," and I didn't listen to him, and he just bit my hand.
Wow. So why do you think this memory is so clear, and how do you see this memory connecting to who you are today?
Man, I think it's so clear because it was so shocking at the time when it happened. Like, you don't expect someone to bite your hand, right? And how it kind of, got me to where I am today, I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I am. What's interesting is I just got engaged, and that person is invited to my wedding. So I'll be seeing him for the first time again.
Yeah. Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind? For the people that are seeing the memory, right? Like for me, the dots connect to who you are today in that you need to be so careful. Sometimes as we spoke about, right? We spoke about feeling as though you're comfortable with your finances, ego getting in the way, and then getting bit, right? Like the financial bite that you're able to get. So I like the idea of how necessary it is to stay aware, even when it may seem safe, just to be aware because you can get bitten.
Man, wow, I like that. I like that a lot. That's cool.
Yeah. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Oh man, my favorite song when I was 12, oh man, was I think the Black Album was out at that time, and I was such a fan of Jay-Z. Dirt Off the Shoulder had it. No, actually, no. Public Service Announcement by Jay-Z had to be my favorite song at that time.
All right. Well, my friend, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Sammy?
I am ready. Let's go.
Sammy, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes, my future children.
Well, you said you're engaged and you're about to get married, right? Do you have children? You have no children, right? Just yet, right? You said your future children. Right? Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Nope.
How about 3 hours a week?
Probably Probably 3 hours a week. Yeah.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Definitely more than 8 hours a day. As an accountant, that's what you do.
Sammy, after having 1,001 conversations in 2016, in 3 months, I came up with a workbook thereafter, and the name of it is called Yours. It stands for Your Own Unique Real Self. And the idea is you answer questions in there similar to these to identify your own unique real statement. If you, Sammy, had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Sammy Ndiyo, what would you say that is?
I would say, always watch what you're saying about yourself, and because I'm a really a big believer in positive affirmation, and I really think that shapes and really comes true what you believe about yourself. So I think that if you use positive affirmation and you continue to kind of speak greatness into your life, you'll just be able to attract those things. So I'm a really big component on positive affirmation. I think that people should use it and watch what they say to other people and to themselves.
Love it. Sammy Ndiyo, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Just thank you for tuning in. If you have, if you are, compelled to check out our podcast, please do. Dominate your dollar. You can find us on any social media site. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Google Play. And that's it.
Love it. Sammy Ndiyo, thank you, my friend, for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.